Hey everyone, it's Coach Casey here. I help women confidently leave their horrible jobs. And I want to talk to you about changes and embracing change. And here to help me is the expert on the subject, my new kitty, who is a little camera shy, honestly, and it's been hard to take pictures of her and her brother, but that's they're the stars of this video because, as you may know, I had a cat for about 3 or 4 years who recently passed away in December. Had a health scare that just came out of nowhere, and I had to put her down, and that was one of it still feels like the worst decision I ever made. I don't regret it because I think that was in her best interest, but it's the one and only time I have killed a friend, and I know it's not quite that way, but that's what it felt like. And having that cat, like, that was my first pet. We never had pets growing up because I had 4 brothers and there was me, and there was just a lot of kids, and we couldn't afford it or just whatever. It wasn't the thing that my parents wanted. So this was my first pet, and I really learned, I think, how to love someone unconditionally, really, truly. Because even the worst thing that we went through was she peed in my bed, and I was mad for like a split second, and then was like, what's causing this? And it turns out it was a UTI, and I was no longer mad. I was like, wow, I was more concerned, and anyways, I learned so much from having a cat, but I took my time grieving, and just started to think, well, I really loved having a cat. I love cats in general. Maybe it's time to open my heart and my home up once more. And of course, an opportunity presented itself, and it's for 2 kittens. And I don't know, I decided to go to meet them, and to, of course, they're so wonderful. So I went for it, and so I wanted to talk about changes, like just basically that whole process, which was to be unsure about whether or not I want to make this change, but then to go forward with it after the necessary precautions, like I gotta meet them, I gotta ask the questions, I gotta do all this stuff, but then going through with it anyways, despite any residual fears. And the process is similar for changing jobs, in my experience. There's a lot of pre-work, whatever you call that, just work to see, okay, is this they're making noise. Hey! Hold on a second. Oh, that guy runs a lot faster, so I couldn't catch him, but to show you. But anyways, it requires work to figure out, do I want to leave this job, and do I want to go with this other job? What are the questions I have to ask? There's an interview process. To me, that is an interview. That interview is both for you and the company. They're trying to size you up, but you get to see, do I want to work here? Do I like the people who I'm meeting? Do they seem happy? All these things, you get to size it up. And if you're like me, you might take the offer that was not the top of your list, but like I was in this position, and I'm like, okay, well, this is actually my last choice in all the jobs that I'm interviewing at, because of the things I noticed in the interview, because of the vibes I was picking up. but I'm willing to do it if they pay this amount, which would be more than the others. And they were like, yeah. So I was like, okay, a little hesitant, but I was like, okay. But without all that work, I might have been like groveling and like, just give me a job, and it would have been an entirely different process. So I guess my point is that like whatever your process is to prepare you for change that's your own. You get to make that and make sure that it works for you. Like I had to, oh my God. Oh! Looks like I'm an animal abuser, but I'm not. Please assure you, you know what I mean. Let me reassure you. Yeah, but I had to go through my process. I had to decide, okay, I'm not going to just take Kittens on blind faith. I'm going to meet them and I'm going to ask the questions and da 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 da. But at that point, it's like, oh my God, they're so damn adorable. And I want to open up my heart in this way. So, hope you don't mind the cuteness and the occasional little noises from them. But I'm grateful to have, been able to share this message. I hope you got something out of it. And if you have any questions or comments or whatevers, then send them my way. And I'll be happy to hear from you. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.